What's going on, fam? Welcome back. This is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We're back with another Divine Alignment Light Code message, and we're finishing up our presentation series when it comes to animal signs of Chinese astrology and the years, and we picking things back up with the ram/goat, or the head, or Aries, right, of the Chinese or the zodiac wheel, right? And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you some of my key points and takeaways. I'm gonna get you out of here, but first, make sure you be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate you. You know, our brother Shadow Band, you know, is just sharing his own personal truth to help people grow and see things from, you know, my perspective. These are my experiences. So most importantly, make sure you do your own, you know, your own research, okay? That way you can see things for yourself. So I'm nice enough to give you some references, some tools that help me level up so I can have a better understanding of what's going on in the universe around me, right? So with that being said, we know Earth is a school. We all been lied to on the mass level, so we got to unlearn all them doggone lies, right? And relearn our own personal truth that works best for us, right? So with that being said, our purpose and mission require learning a whole bunch of life lessons to gain that experience and knowledge for our soul grow. So if you've been doing the same thing over and over again, just following the regular program, you know, that everybody else been doing, and no results are consistent, it's okay. I've been there too. But once I, you know, realized like, hey, I've been using these 7 hermetic principles, whether I know it or not, you know, these things are happening each and every day in all of our lives. So why not get better acquainted, have some working knowledge with these principles, right? And learn how to apply them each and every day. And sooner or later, just like when you first start learning your ABC, it was kind of hard at first, right? But after about 30, 60, 90 days, it was part of just, you know, just muscle memory, so to speak, right? So with that being said, you know, once you elevate your consciousness and your knowledge base and your knowledge of self, right, and you know right from wrong, it's time to help people to help themselves, okay? A lot of people are stuck, you know, on a certain level of consciousness, and they can't see past, you know, other, you know, planes, okay? So it's all about trusting your own inner voice, your own energy. And so don't blindly believe anything I'm sharing with you guys, all right? These are my own personal experience, and I'm nice enough to pair things up with references. This is called proper scholarships, okay? So instead of me just talking about some stuff and not pointing you anywhere, at least I'm nice enough to lead you to a point of reference, okay? That way you can start doing your own research on your own, and that way it'll make sense to you, not for me, okay? And so what my intuition has done, you know, I've been building a relationship with my intuition, and it's been helping me piece the puzzle together and put as many things that I can in one presentation so everyone can have a better understanding of what's going on, okay, and how I see things. And that way it may, you know, turn on the light bulb for you guys, okay? So with that being said, oh, be sure to pay yourself 10% first, okay? They're playing with the money, okay? So before you pay those bills, you got to pay yourself first, because you the one putting in all the work, okay? Reflection. So obviously, by you being led to this presentation, you just want to learn anything that you possibly can about yourself, because you love yourself, you care about yourself that much, and it's all about leaving no stone unturned. So you receive your call to adventure. The universe going to use any means necessary to line you up with the right people, places, and event that's going to support your growth. So you're going to outgrow some of the people that you thought were cool, but they didn't want to, you know, learn more information so they can have a better understanding of the universe and their purpose in life, okay? And it's okay. And that what led you to this presentation, okay? So we on the frequency, all right? So your intuition been on fleek, right? And say, hey, you need to check out Chris's presentation. He's sharing some good information that a lot of people are not sharing because they want you stuck in 2nd grade in the spiritual system, right? So with that being said, you're gonna build a healthy relationship with your intuition. Your intuition gonna guide you on a nice little adventure, learning more about different energies, frequency, and vibration on the planet. At this time, you're gonna learn more about music. You're gonna learn more about astrology. You got Santos Bonacci, Dolo the Pilot Man. You have many other people out there sharing their, you know, perspective about, you know, astrology and how you can apply it to your life, okay? Not just their life and how they got results. And then most importantly, as you learn more about your anatomy, right, it's going to tap your butt into your own Christ consciousness, and you'll realize everything is happening from the inside out, not the outside in. I hope that makes sense, right? And once you know better, you're going to do better, because you're going to grow through your own personal transformation and atonement process, and you're going to bump into Brother Sanchez TV. You're going to learn more about sacred geometry and how the universe speaks through signs and symbols and synchronicities all the time, but most of us are not paying attention, okay? So you'll realize each and every day is nothing more than lessons and tests that we all have to pass, and it's for us to be the best person that we came here to be, okay? With that being said, you're going to go from Mother Universe pushing everybody from the known, the material, material realm to the unknown, and by leaving no stone unturned, so you're going through a spiritual rebirth right now. That's why things looking a little strange to you, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into it. I don't want to, I'm monitoring my time. I want to speed things up, but the main thing is everything is lined up just for you, okay? Pay attention to the colors. All right, everything, the universe speaks through everything, but most people are not paying attention, okay? Everything is lined up, all right? So with that being said, we know it's all about unity consciousness. You know, when I refer to unity consciousness, it's all of us playing our own unique part to elevate the overall frequency and vibration of the planet, because many of you guys are the change agents. You realize like a lot of our ancestors were under a generational curse, so to speak, and you know, it's time to raise the energy, frequency, and vibration and usher in the age of Aquarius information. It's the age of knowing. So we going through age, you know, one age is ending and a new age is beginning. So it's not the end of the world, right? It may be the end of the world for a certain group of people, but it's a new beginning for another group, okay? I hope that makes sense. So you consider each presentation as, you know, references, quick references, guide, messages from the universe or source within you, because we're reflections of each other. And each and every person are, you are your own universe. So once you realize that, right, like, hey, I got to do better with my life. I want to do better with my life. I want to, serve my purpose and mission. Like, why am I here? Why am I really here? And once you come to that realization, right, that's time for all of us to take full responsibility and accountability for our actions. We can no longer blame God or the devil, right? Because this is the higher and lower states of our consciousness. All right. So when you know better, you dog show. I know you're gonna do better. And what's gonna happen is, right, you coming down here to experience, have your earthly experience. You come through the portal of your mother's womb, right? And from the time you get here, people gonna be giving you all these outdated beliefs that work for them for a time, but people are outgrowing these old outdated belief systems. And so what's going to happen, you're going to test things out and figure out what works best for you. And that pretty much what led you to this presentation. And you realize there are more to life than what you've been told. So it's all about unlearning and relearning and testing things out. And what's going to happen by you incorporating these 7 Hermetic principles, your quality of life is going to change, because you're going from the known to the unknown. You want to know how things manifest in the spiritual realm or the mental realm first before they manifest in the physical. You better do that, okay? So with that being said, if you feel like you've been stuck, or you see people that have been stuck, right? If they haven't, been paying attention to the 7-year growth cycle, this your first time hearing about this, start reflecting on your life, looking back at yourself like, man, did I hit a brick wall somewhere? And first thing first, you got to look yourself in the mirror. You can't blame anybody but yourself, like, because you've been choosing to make all those daily habits and routine, watching TV, not really doing nothing, not reading those books that I've been recommending, learning more about your anatomy. That way you can tap into your Christ consciousness. Instead of being entertained, you need to pour in new information that's going to help you grow, okay? So you need the proper nourishment for you to grow. So take a look in the mirror. It's okay. It was you. And then you got to cut off those people, places, and events that have been slowing you down. And align yourself up with people that really care about you. Like myself, I care about you, to basically remind you of incorporating these 7 Hermetic principles every day. Hint, hint, hint. All right. With that being said, when you come to get down here to have your earthly experience, you divine light being you, right? The Big Bang starts with you, okay? So once you get here as a man or a woman thinker, get this book by James Allen. It's going to help line some things up. And as you read this book, you realize it's nothing but more than the universal law, the 7 Hermetic principles all through this thing. But this guy wrote it in his own perspective, how he sees things, okay? So the principles of truth are 7. He or she who knows these understandably possess the magic key before whose touch all doors of the temple fly open. And by now, you know what the temple is. The temple is your mind, because everything starts in the mind first, or the spiritual realm first, before it manifests in the physical, okay? So with that being said, to make sure you as you navigate with these people, place, and the event, to make sure you operate in your heart chakra, please incorporate and apply, all right? And really be intentional with these 7 principles of Ma'at. Now, Ma'at is an ancient system of morals and values that's going to help guide your thoughts and behavior as you navigate in your own matrix reality around these different places and events and people, right? So they're based on truth, based on the facts with honesty and integrity, Then you got justice, a state of fairness and lawful judgment. Righteousness, a state of consistent good conduct. Reciprocity, what goes around comes around. Balance and equal distribution of weight. Order, the correct sequence of thoughts and action. Harmony, one accord, or pleasing arrangement. And again, the world is equally divided between the people that want to lift people up and share good information, their own honest experiences, the things that work for them and the things that didn't work. Then you got the people that really don't want to grow. All they want to do is distract you with drinking and entertainment, laughing and joking, and not really growing spiritually or physically, okay? Because when you start growing, you'll have this glow about yourself. So I choose to, help people level up, and at the same time frame, what goes around comes around. So the universe is gonna keep giving me, divine messages saying, hey, Chris, keep up the great work. You're doing exactly what I need you to do right now. You're damn right, okay? So with that being said, understanding the astrology chart, your astrology chart is the doorway. Now the effort for us to move through that thing is our own. So when you know better, you're gonna do better. So leave no stone unturned, okay? So material items gonna come and go, but the knowledge of self, how to do things for yourself and cut out the middleman, is more important and longer lasting. So how do we do this? By learning these 7 hermetic principles, by applying these things each and every day. I promise you, 30, 60, 90 days, refining, repeating the process, testing things out, you're gonna find your sweet spot, okay? And you're gonna find that balance, that inner outer balance that you've been longing for. So speaking of balance, you better learn to balance your doggone polarity, okay? There's a good side, not so good side to everything, but it's always that neutral ground, okay? So you can operate as that one force that you came here to be. So as you operate in your higher self, okay? Because you here as an agent of change, you got to be mindful of your words. You can make or break a person's day, right? So you can lift people up or you can tear them down just with your words alone. All right. So when it comes to these with these Chinese astrology animal signs, we got yin and the yang here. Quick breakdown. When it comes to yin, we got rat, tiger, dragon, horse, monkey, dog. Yang, bull, we got rabbit, snake, sheep, rooster, and pig. And there's a 2-year cycle for per element, starting with the even year. For example, like with the rat, so if this was like a water year, right? So so we'll go from 1924 to 1925. That'll be a water timeline, and then we'll go to the next element, which would be wood, right? And so right here, 1926 to 27, that will be wood. I hope you get that, right? And then next, for whatever sign that you in, right, there's a 12-year cycle for each sign. So you may, for example, we dealing with what the ram of the goat today, right? So 1931, let's do 43. So 1943 dealing with water, but then 12 years later, you go ahead and move over to the wood in 1955. I hope that makes sense. So I want to put everything in here so it can be pretty straightforward and simple as possible. I want to keep it really simple, okay? That way you can have a proper understanding, because you sit at the middle of your own universe. You are your own universe. So all of us have all these different animal signs or zoo types within us, but when we come in on these years, they, these attributes and characteristics will stick out more than others. I hope that makes sense, okay? So with the year of the ram goat with the head element, or Aries, right here, we're dealing with 1907 all the way through 1927. When it comes to the hours, you got 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. All right, it's lucky for you. Create your own luck, but it's good for signing contracts, proposals, taking risks, scheduling engagements. And the keywords when it comes to the ram and the goat is methodical, orderly, conservative, successful, realistic, balance and harmony, patience, research, the host, home loving, control, planning, social, and attention to detail. Now on the negative side, when it comes to the ram, it can be a little fussy, self-centered, insecure, indulgent. But on the flip side, it loves rabbits and pigs, dislike oxen and dog. It's good side, not so good side to everything. So again, there's no cookie cutter recipe, all right? So when it comes to my own personal takeaway, when it comes to the ram or the goat, the rams are the realest of the Chinese zodiac, okay? Rams like for everything to be in its proper place and are very orderly creatures. They are overly methodical in everything that they undertake and plan things down to the final detail, okay? But on the flip side, rams, they fear failure above all else. Now, being realist, the ram sets themselves achievable targets and goals and finds reoccurring success because they know how to plan. right? And so with that being said, because they operate for their higher self, they planning, they writing things down, they test things out, they doing a little research. But and then on the other side, right, we're dealing with no over ambition for the Ram as well. Now Rams like for things to run as smooth as possible and will move mountains to ensure balance for themselves, their families, and friends. Now to this end, Rams can be interfering, and at times they'll even meddle, all right? Meddle in people's affairs. Now Rams can come across a little dull and unspontaneous. It's okay. Now Rams make excellent planners and strategic managers as they take note of all the finer details, okay, because they operate from their headspace, okay. Now those born under the sign of the Ram are often masters of the waiting game, and they use their time and patience until they consider their next move. Now they are thorough in all they do, but in my experience, when you operating in your headspace, okay, the universe is going to send you all kind of signs and symbols and messages. Most importantly, the universe is going to send you all kind of doggone ideas. A lot of people don't write the stuff down because a lot of the stuff can seem a little overwhelming, unbelievable in that present moment. But write these ideas down and start researching around the area and start testing things out. Take a small step each and every day, and the universe is going to mirror your intent, okay? So it's all about taking action, testing things out, refining, repeating the process, okay? So when it comes to relationship, it's all about using the law or the principle of cause and effect to your advantage. So rig the universe to work in your favor by giving more of what you feel that you lack in your relationship. So if you feel that you lack compassion, or just a quality time, or just sharing the things that about the world with your mate, you know what I'm saying? So one of you guys may know a lot about money, and the other person may know a lot more about being mechanical issues, so to speak. And that way, in my personal experience, especially with me and my wife, right? My wife and I, right? We meet each other halfway. We bring all our strengths and weaknesses to the table, and we hash those things out, and we share with each other so we can balance each other out. So there's nothing that I know that she doesn't know. If she doesn't know it, I remind her about it. And I have the books on display just to point things out for her. And that's what a real team, a team partner or teamwork does, right? So with that being said, let me give you my own takeaways. I'm gonna get you out of here, okay? Now when it comes to the Ram, Rams form happy relationship with other Rams who get it because they're operating in this headspace, okay? And with horses, now oxen are not compatible at all in the long term, and rats are too quick for the Ram. Now the Ram is a home-loving creature who loves playing host in their well-furnished homes, okay? Because they a little show-offish. Not only do they enjoy the company of others, but they also like to display their home they made for themselves because they work hard for it. Now when it comes to relationship, again, is the relationship one-sided? Are you bringing, or the other person bringing everything to the table and sharing everything that they're done and helping you level up, or you helping them level up, or you guys are meeting each other halfway, sharing information so you guys can be thinking together in one accord, okay? One band, one sound, right? And so these are my own personal takeaways when it comes to this sign. And also remember, when it comes to relationship or anything in life, personal growth is key. Remember that repetition. What is your schedule for your life? If you don't have a plan for your life, you plan to fail, okay? All right, and the only way you can fail is if you fail to take action on applying these 7 hermetic principles and how they work and how you can apply them more and throughout your life, okay? So this is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. This is my own personal takeaway when it comes to animal signs of Chinese astrology in the years when we're dealing with the Ram, goat / the head. All right, be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. We'll be finishing things off, continuing with the monkey, rooster, dog, pig, and that'll be it. All right, but until next time, take care of yourself, love yourself, stay grateful and focused, fam. Peace.